Hello! In today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion video, we are taking a look at a card known as Bird of Paradise Lost. I must admit, I myself don't know the card too well, but it was released recently in Clash of Rebellions, which is the newest set in the TCG. Now let's take a look at the card. It is a level 8 effect monster, worm type, dark attribute, with 2700 attack and 1500 defense. Against, I was gonna say 1000, that would be overpowered. Sort of. It gains 100 attack and defense for each tuner monster in your graveyard. As soon as I saw that part of the effect, I thought that Bird of Paradise Lost was a synchro monster. Because I was like, yeah, tuners in the grave, that means synchro monster. Right? But then I was like, wait, the card is orange, it's not a synchro. So yeah, it's just an effect monster that's level 8. Once per turn, you can send one tuner monster from your hand to the graveyard and target a monster the opponent controls and take control of it. Let's say they have a level 8. Let's say they're playing Blue Eyes White Dragon. You can take it over, and then you can be like, Exceed Shokan! When you send a tuner monster from your hand to the graveyard, you could send Plague Spreader Zombie to then be able to summon it from the graveyard. You can send Spore or Glow Up Bulb to have them be able to be summoned from the graveyard that turn or a turn after. Let's say you're running Synchrons, you could send a Synchron tuner, let's say Junk Synchron, to then normal summon Synchron Explorer, summon Junk Synchron back, do things like that. However, note this: Bird of Paradise Lost, level 8, 2700 attack, 1500 defense. I guess you can play around with its effect. But did you notice that it's a tuner monster? I didn't realize it at first, even though it says so clearly on the card. Bird of Paradise Lost is a tuner. How can we make use of this? Well, we're going to have to probably tribute summon it, because it's level 8, it's going to be hard to pendulum summon. So let's say we normal summon it. The first Monarch, I'm pretty sure that's what the card name is, allows you to be summoned with one tribute. There's probably a few other ways to do that as well. Mausoleum of the Emperor is another way. It's a tuner. So as I said, you could take over Blue Eyes White Dragon or another level 8 the opponent has and then go like Exceed Shokan. But let's say you take over a level 3. Let's say you take over one of the Burning Abyss monsters, Seer, Malebranche of the Burning Abyss. You go Seer, and then you go Synchro Shokan, Star Eater. You can do that. Another thing you can do is, let's say you have Level Eater in your graveyard. Level Eater is not a tuner, so you can't send it to the grave via Bird of Paradise Lost's effect. However, let's say it already is in the graveyard. Bird of Paradise Lost is on the field. You use Level Eater's effect. Lower Bird of Paradise Lost's level from 8 to 7. Level Eater is summoned. Bird of Paradise Lost is a level 7, and Level Eater is level 1. Bird is a tuner, Level Eater is not. Synchro Shokan, level 8 Synchro, and there's quite a few of those to choose from at this point. There already were in the 5Ds era in those times, but now there's so many more. Those are definitely some options. There was one more thing I had to say. Oh yeah, I like the colors on the card. That's pretty fancy. It was like, you can take control of the monster for discarding a tuner. That monster does not have any restrictions placed on it besides the fact that it will be returned in the end phase. It can still attack, it can still change its battle position, it can still be tributed, it can still be used as Synchro, Fusion, Nexus, whatever material. So you can do a lot of things with it to make sure the opponent doesn't get it back. You can even Synchro out with Bird of Paradise Lost. So, a bunch of options there. Now let's see what the tips page says. Search la 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 la. This card can be tribute summoned by using Double Costin or First Monarch. Double Costin being a 1700 attack, a level 4 dark monster, which can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a dark attribute monster. Barely ever seen, so I didn't mention that. Assuming this is an effect monster, if summoned this way, you can discard one card, declare one attribute. It can be treated Yep. Yeah, First Monarch can help it be treated as one thing. So let's say you have First Monarch on the field and Bird of Paradise Lost in your hand, and then one more card. If it's your turn and First Monarch can already be activated, then you just activate First Monarch, discard a card, declare Dark, tribute First Monarch, play Birds of Paradise Lost. Let's say the card you discarded was Level Eater, then you can do the Level Eater into Bird of Paradise Lost and Synchro Summon for an Evelite. Or you could, if you have another tuner in your hand, you can discard it, take over something the opponent has. There are options. Can be useful to prepare Global Spore. Level Eater for Level 8 Synchro monsters like Beelze. Oh yeah, because Dark Tuner. And this thing is a Dark. I didn't think of Beelze. I was just thinking Stardust Dragon, the new Red Dragon Archfiend. Of course, Beelze works. Because this thing is Dark, and it's Tuner. I keep forgetting it's Tuner. Even though I've already said it a few times in this video. Let's look at the trivia. Card's name is possibly derived from the Bird of Paradise epic poem Paradise Lost for John Milton. I don't know it too well, although I have heard about it during a school lesson at some point. Background art is similar to those of Burning Abyss cards. Yeah, it is. It shares many similarities to Fire King High Avatar Garunix. I can see that. In the sense that they are both level 8 birds, both have large multicolored wings and 2700 attack. I guess that's right. Do you have any other looks? No. A lot of them aren't shown yet. Just one artwork. Alright, Bird of Paradise Lost. It is a card that was recently released in Clash of Rebellions. Can you come up with a strategy or a deck that uses this card? I'd be interested to know, and who knows, I may try it out in a dual video pretty soon. Alright, I'm going to see you in a later video. Goodbye.